20 years now, I've been using a dot-dash system when solving Sudoku puzzles. I hope you too will find this method better than writing digits in each box. Let's get started with terminology. Here I have a blank Sudoku puzzle. When I refer to a mini square, I'm referring to one of the 9 boxes of 9 smaller squares. When I refer to a box, I'm referring to one of the many small squares within a mini square. Columns run vertically, rows horizontally. Now, the dots. I use a system of dots instead of numbers, and I position the dots within the square to represent an area of a number. So let's look at this. The number 1 is located in the top left-hand corner. A dot in that position would indicate the number 1 could go there. The 2 and 3 are the other 2 numbers in the first row. In their middle row, we have 4, 5, and 6. And in the bottom, 7, 8, and 9. So, as an example, in this box here, I have a dot in the position of number 1, which tells me that I could have a 1 in this square. It could run vertically or it could run horizontally. A 5, same, and a 9. So a 1, a 5, or a 9 could fit into that square running either horizontally or vertically. Now, dashes. Horizontal dashes indicate that for a row, the number must be in the mini square of the dashes. So here I have some horizontal dashes. That tells me that the number 4 can be here or here. It can only be in this mini square. So I don't have 4s in either the other mini squares on that row. Same thing with the 6. A 6 could fit here or here, but nowhere else on the row. Horizontal running on rows. By the same token, vertical dashes indicate that for that column, the number must be within the mini square of the dashes. So here I have 2s indicated. There could not be 2s here. There could not be 2s here. I have a 7. There could not be 7s here, nor 7s here, nor could there be a 7 in that box. The uses of these dots, dashes, will be clearer when we work on a puzzle. So let's get to that. And right off the bat, I'm going to tell you that I'm probably not going to be solving this as quickly and efficiently as I would, because I want to give you an idea of some of the things that are going on. So let's look at what we have. I'm going to look at this column here, and I see that I'm missing a 1 and I'm missing a 7. Since there's a 7 here, I know I have a 7 there, and through process of elimination, the 1's going to go here. Now, let's look at the 7's here. 7 on this row, 7 on that row, so therefore I know this has to be a 7. Now, let's come down here. I'll look at the 7s here in this row, 7 in this row. So it has to be in one of these two positions, but since I have a 7 here, it's going to go there. So now 7, 7, so this has to be my 7. Now, we put a 1 in. There's a 1 here. The 1 can only be in one of these two places. Can't be in any other mini square on this column. So I'm going to put a vertical dash there. Let's look at the 4 here. I have a 4 in this row. I have a 4 in this row. So I know it has to go on this row, but there's a 4 here. So where's it going to go? Either this one or this one, and I know it has to go vertically. All right, let's check out this 8. I have an 8 here, an 8 here, an 8 here. So 8 on this row, 8 on this row. These are the only two chances. Since it goes there, I know I have an 8 here. Now, let's go to the rows. 8, 8, so it has to be on this row. I see there's an 8 here. It can't be in this block box, so it has to be in one of these two boxes. Now, looking at this, I have to have a 4 in one of these two boxes. I have to have an 8 in one of these two boxes. So nothing else can go in those. So a lot of times, I'll just kind of do a little circling of those indicating nothing else can go in here. Now, let's look at this 9. When I see the 9 coming across, it can't be in that row, so it has to be in one of these. And there's not a 9 there, so it has to be either here or here. Since it's on this row, it has to be up on this row. So we're going to go there. Let's look at the 3. 3 has to go either here or here. Horizontal dash. Since it's a 3 would be there, 3 is going to have to go here, so it would either be here or here. Now, let's see what else we have. Well, we did that 8, and we have an 8 there. So that means we have to have an 8 running here. Now, we have an 8 on that row. We have an 8 on that row. This is an 8, so that means this has to be my 8. Now, I look at here, and I see there's a 1 in this mini square. So that means the 1 has to be over here, and it has to be in this row. Okay, so now, let's see what else we can do. I have a 2 going here, a 2 going here. So it could be here, it could be here, it could be in this row, or it could be a row. Since it's in different rows, I'm going to put my dots. Now, let's look at the 6. 6 in this row, 6 in this row, this has to be a 6. So now one of these has to be a 6. Since that's a 6, and that row is going to be here. Now, 6, 6, one of these has to be a 6. So that's going to be a horizontal. And let's look at the 9. 9, 9. Oh, look, there's a 9. So now, what can we do? And I'm sure you're jumping out at me saying, oh, do this, do that. Yeah, you kind of get nervous sometimes when you're doing this. Okay, let's look at this 3. 3 goes across here. 3 goes down there. So that means this has to be the 3. Since my 1 had to be either here or here, and I've just put my 3 there, that means my 1 can now go here. Now, sometimes, all right, I will just go through and let's look. General idea. I'm missing a 5. Put my 5 here. 5, 5. So one of these has to be a 5. And since it has to be either this one or this one, in that column, it's going to be vertical. Let's go through some of the numbers on this. 1. Since this is a 2 can either go here or here. Now, when I know that that can only be a 2, that means this can't be a 2 and this can't be a 2. So now, instead of these being dots, they become dashes. So I have a 1, a 2, 3 is going to be here, either here or here. 4 could be here or here or here or here. Now, let's go over to here. We have 1 has to be here or here. 2, 3. 4 can't be here, so 4 could go here or here. 5 anywhere. 6, 7, 8, 9. Can't do anything else with that square. Let's come over to this square. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We need a 5 or a 7. 7 will go here. 5 will go here. Now, 5 here, so I'm going to need a 5 over here. 3, 3. I'm going to need a 3, 1, or either here or here. Since that can't be there, this becomes a 3. Since that has to be a 5. Now, 1, I need a 2, which could be either of those. So here I have a 2 and a 6, and that's all that can go there. So now 1, 2, 3, 4. So this has to either be a 4 or a 9. Over here, I have to have a 1. I have to have a 2. And I have to have an 8. Can't do much more there. Let's look at this. My 1 has to be here. 2, 3, 4, 5. My 6 can be any of these, so it has to be dots. 7, 8, and then there's my 9. Let's look at this situation. 1's up here, so it could be a 1. A 1 could go here. 2 can't go here, and 2 can't be here, so 2 would be here or here. 3, 4, 5 here, 5 there, 5, 6, 7, 8, and my 9's right here. Let's go down to this one. Okay, so we have a 1 going this way, 1 coming here, so one of these has to be the 1. We have a 2 going here, so 2, oh, but remember, we had the 2 there, so now we can't have a 2 there. 1, 2, see where the 3 goes. 3 here, 3, 3, 3. Oh, this is going to be our 3. 4, so the 4 is going to be either here or here. 4, 5 could be here, 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 or here. And 6, 7, 8, and my 9 is going to be here or here. Let's go up to this square. 1, well, the 1 could be just about anywhere. 1, 1, 1. Except it can't be in any of those. 2, going here, going there, means it has to be in this section. So that means I come over here, and I had it over here. I can't be there anymore. So now this is my only 2, so this becomes my 2. Coming down here, I see I had 2 2's going. Have to eliminate that one, which means this has to be my 2. So now I'm left with a 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5 here. 2, 2, my 2's there. So now we have 1, 2, 3. Here's a 3, here's a 3. So this has 3's here. Let's look at this 3 again. We have a 3 going this way. We've eliminated that column. And then I have these 2 left, but this was the 3, so this has to be my 3. And I should have gotten rid of that one earlier. So I've gotten rid of that 1. So now I have 1, 2, 3, 4. My 5 going this way, it can only be a 5, a 5, or a 5. Then I do 6, here's a 6, here's a 6. So it has to be this or this, and since that's there, this has to be my 6. Now, I'm looking at this and I'm saying, okay, let's go through, get rid of this 6, get rid of this 6, because I already have one now. So now this 9 is the only one in this square. So this becomes my 9. This becomes my 1. Eliminate that 1, so that becomes my 5. Eliminate that 5, that becomes my 9. That becomes my 1. Get rid of the 1's. So now this has to be my 1. Since that was a 1 or an 8, and I've used the 1, that has to be the 8. Getting rid of that, and I have a 4 here, an 8, so now I've made that an 8, so that becomes the 4, that becomes the 8. Coming down here, it's a choice of a 4 or 5. I've used the 4, so that has to be the 5. So now I eliminate my 5's, leaves the 1, leaves the 4, eliminates the 4, leaves a 3, leaves a 5, eliminates that 5. So now we're left with a 2 and a 4 there. Up here we have the 5. We only had a 2 or a 5, so that makes that the 2. That the 5. If that's the 2, that means this is the 1, this is the 2, and let's see what else we can do here. So now we're left with the 3 and a 6 here, a 4, a 9, a 4, 9. Oh, there's a 9 that we've just used there, so this becomes our 4, this becomes our 9. And since we had a 4 used, the 2, that becomes the 4. And we have used the 4 there. So now this is the only other possibility for 4. We used 5 there, so that eliminates that 5. So we're only left with the 1. We used the 9 there, eliminates that. That becomes our 5. Eliminates the 1, that becomes our 9, and we had a 3 here, that eliminates that 3, so that becomes our 6, that becomes our 3, and that completes the puzzle. I hope that this will help you. I have found that now I just couldn't stand writing all those little bitty numbers in there. But I think if you'll give it a try, you'll find that it really does work pretty well. And it looks like I forgot to put my 2 right there and my 6 right there. So good luck, and I hope it works for you.